Lucy, here you are.
Don't let's drink to victory, just to the whole thing not happening again.
You see to it, darling. You're in the Foreign Office.
How's this for timing?
Henry, good to see you again.
Welcome home. Welcome, Lucy. Look, I brought Tom Rawson with me. Says he knows you, my dear. Come to say hello.
Of course I know Captain Rawson. How are you?
When did you get back from Burma?
2 days ago. This is my uncle, Frank Bowen, Captain Rawson. You've heard me speak of him.
How'd you do? Let me get you a drink. You were Lucy's boss at one time, I believe.
Yes, my personal aide for 3 years. First in combined ops, then you know what. Best I ever had.
Did you enjoy Burma?
Not exactly. It was interesting. You're still in the service, I see.
Yes. Still see some of our people occasionally. Spence, Marshall.
Anybody else I should remember?
Such as?
You know perfectly well I'm asking what's happened to Paul Rain.
Rain? Oh, yes. I think he ended up in some rather outlandish place. Tangier, somewhere like that.
Is he all right?
Why shouldn't he be?
Look, the kilted regiments always steal the show.
I asked you if he was all right.
I'm told he sometimes drinks a little too much.
And you don't care? You're not interested?
Need we go into that again? Now it's all over and done with.
I wonder if it is all over for him.
Look, didn't Rain volunteer for the organization, and for his efforts wasn't he given the military cross? Now, if he can't look after himself, why should I lie awake worrying about him?
Have you forgotten what we did to that man?
I remember that you and I and Captain Rain each made some tiny contribution to what we're celebrating today. Victory. I, the brains. You, the charm, and Rain, whatever he may be said to have contributed, his personality.
Stop it.
Hundreds and thousands of men, many of them better than Rain, lost their lives. At least I succeeded in saving his.
And your own conscience?
What's that to do with it? He survives, doesn't he? Not blind, not maimed. Decorated war hero.
Where is he?
I scribbled this down in case you asked for it. Father hopes you wouldn't.
I'm looking for Mr. Rain.
Madame.
Mr. Paul Rain.
Oh, Mr. Rain, yes.
Is he in?
He's in, he's out all the time, in and out. Just now, out.
Are you expecting him back soon?
Maybe soon, maybe later, maybe here in a minute, maybe in an hour, tomorrow, next week. Madame, you will wait, eh?
Doesn't matter.
Hello? No, he's not here. Wait. For you.
Who is it?
Who it is, I don't know. What it is, I know. It's a woman, of course.
Yes? Oh, yes, hello.
Another woman was here asking for you.
Another woman?
Mm-hmm. In a white dress.
Don't let me interrupt, Paul. It sounds fascinating.
Hello, Lucy. What are you doing here?
Just a holiday. How are you, Paul?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. Would you care for a drink?
Coffee, please.
2 coffees, huh?
I've often wondered what happened to you, but no one ever seemed to know where you were. It was a bit unfriendly never to get in touch with me.
I never got back to England. I was in Syria for the rest of the war, nice and safe.
They sent me to Burma.
Did they? Thanks.
You got the military cross for the French job, didn't you?
Yes.
Congratulations. I never really heard the details of what happened to you in France.
No? Well, my official report's probably still around somewhere.
I would rather have an unofficial report.
What do you mean?
I'd like to know not only what happened, but how you felt about it.
Why?
Well, I was partly responsible for your getting the job.
Lucy, don't you know that it's bad form to question war heroes about their exploits? It embarrasses us. I'm sorry, I've got to go. May I get you a cab?
No, thanks. I'll pick one up at the end of the street.
All right, well, goodbye, Lucy.
Bye, Paul. I'm staying at the Hotel El Menza. Shall I see you again?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm going away tonight.
Where?
Oh, just a trip. There's a taxi!
Look, Paul. Couldn't you put it off for a day or two?
Why?
Well, to talk to me. After all, we were good friends during the war.
The war has been over for some time. Goodbye.
5:30 train. All right.
Jules Ballard?
Yes. Well, what can I do for you?
You're under arrest.
For what?
Give me your keys. Search the room. This is what we want. Come along.
Send this. All the Maquis, including the leader, Ballard, and the Marignan sector have been arrested, except the Curé. Planning for this area must be revised. Nice, eh?
We were dropping an agent tonight, sir. Is it cancelled?
Of course, that's not the point. The whole sector's wrecked.
The invasion starts? What's that worth to the Germans? 2 divisions? 3, sir?
Quiet a moment, please. The instructions our agent was to carry to Ballard were that on a certain day, on receipt of a certain signal, he and the Maquis were to attack all major roads and bridges in the Marignan sector. It didn't matter if they didn't destroy them, so long as they attacked them. What was important was that the Germans would deduce from this attack that the invasion of France would take place in that area, thereby forcing them to hold troops there, which would be more use elsewhere.
It won't work now. Ballard's arrested.
If the Germans don't know we know that, it will still work.
They'll have his radio.
Yes. And they'll be sitting there waiting for a signal. Well, we'll send them one. We'll say that one of our people is coming in with orders for Ballard. He'll land, the Germans will pick him up and try to beat out of him what those orders are.
Plant a phony agent on them.
So he breaks, he talks, and gives away to the Germans the plan to destroy communications in that area.
The Maquis can't make the attack now.
But the Germans will draw exactly the same conclusions as if they could, which is what we want.
Would a phony agent get away with it?
You won't know he's phony. You really believe he's got vital information. You try his hardest not to talk, then things will get too tough for him. He won't be able to take it, and he will talk.
But deliberately let them get a man of ours and break him.
Yes. But he must be a man trying to do his duty. Devoted, brave, utterly convincing. Well?
He'd be a sacrifice.
From coding, sir.
This is on Ballard's radio, and in his code. The Germans don't know we know. Get on the phone to holding center and tell Taylor we'll be down this afternoon. We've been trying to find men who won't crack under pressure. Now we've got to find one who will. But not too easily.
This is Yorick. A friend, not an enemy. But mark him well. No levity, gentlemen. He is the average man. More particularly, he has the average normal jaw common to officers of His Majesty's forces, even to those seconded for special duties. Today, officers sent on certain missions into enemy territory are provided with a lethal pill containing a solution of potassium cyanide, prussic acid. If you, like Yorick, have a tooth missing, we will make you a false one. It will be hollow. So, we slip the lethal pill inside the tooth and pop the whole thing into the mouth like this. The false tooth is firmly supported by the teeth on either side and can be bitten on quite safely. So Yorick won't bite on the pill accidentally, but he can if he wants to. He lifts the false tooth with his tongue, and the pill rolls out into the mouth. Then if he bites on it hard, the pill breaks and lets out the rather potent stuff inside. And in 20 seconds, his mess bills can be forgotten, because all his troubles will be over forever.
Right, let's have it.
Well, we went about 4 minutes along a main road concrete, across 2 roundabouts, then straight ahead. And after another minute, we turned right onto a secondary road with a tarred surface. Another 500 yards, right again, left. And after about 2 more minutes, we came to a dirt road with heavy ruts into a farmyard.
How do you know?
Well, they kept pigs.
How long did it take?
About 12 minutes.
Not bad. 10 and a half, actually. Okay, carry on.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
A lecture on poison pills, a visit from Captain Rawson, and now the Popsies. Someone's for the high jump.
You've got some good men here, Taylor.
Too good, perhaps, sir?
We're mainly concerned with a man's ability to withstand stress, pain, and so on.
Oh, that's a matter of temperament, sir. Difficult to estimate. Now, this is a machine we copied from the Germans, which is supposed to test determination, courage, and so on. Would you care to try it, sir?
No, thank you. I'm sure Major Spence would be delighted.
Very well. You've no heart trouble, Major Spence?
No.
Then would you take hold of those handles and pull the springs out as far as you possibly can? Thank you. Please let go. Major Spence's pull registered at 90. Now I switch on. Pull him out again, will you? An electric current's now passing through the handles, and the further out they pull, the stronger and more painful the current. By comparing the strength of the 2 pulls, German scientists hope to measure determination and willingness to suffer pain. All right. Major Spence's second pull is 75 as against his original 90, which is very creditable. The device is typically German and quite useless, of course.
What do you mean, useless?
Well, it's very different what a man will do when he's completely alone in an emergency. We keep it just to amuse visitors. Come in. The highest scores in tests of that kind are nearly always the less intelligent subjects. Thank you, Phillips. Now, these are the results of various psychological tests and so on. Not perfect by any means, but far better than guesswork. Now, here's a man, Abelson, whom I should expect to react exceptionally well to stress. Very stable man, of excellent record and personal qualities. Carter, a very good man. Price, another excellent man. There's this chap, Rain, I should be much less certain about him. Well, as you'll see, both the tests and the psychiatrist's report suggest certain weakness of character. We may have to return him to his unit.
Yes, but he's bilingual. I think we should see them all.
Rain as well?
Yes, please.
And if you excuse me, I'll go and find him.
Little awkward, this. I can't very well tell him his exceptionally good men are exactly what we don't want. This man seems impossible.
Dunn's member to boxing. Do you really believe in all this psychological stuff, sir?
I don't know yet. We'll see. Lucy, get hold of one of these test papers. I'll do the test myself. We'll say that it was done by someone else and see what Taylor psychiatrist makes of it.
They're outside doing PT. Would you like to see them here?
No, I'd prefer to talk to them individually.
Oh, use the library.
Thank you. Oh, Lucy, find these 4 men, will you, please? And don't forget that test paper.
Just one moment. Captain Rawson's here. He wants to see you. Carter?
Here.
Price?
Yep.
Rain?
No, I'm Abelson.
I'm Rain.
How do you do? I'm Lucy Bowen, Captain Rawson's personal assistant. So you're the boxer. You don't look like one.
Never won a fight.
Well, now, I'm going to take the 4 of you in turn to see Captain Rawson. So if you'll come along first, Mr. Rain.
Do you have any idea of what we're being interviewed for?
All I know is it's something that needs good French.
Avez-vous la plume de ma tante?
No.
Whoever made out your report was very impressed by your French.
Oh, actually, I spoke it before I spoke English. My mother was French. Say, can you give me any tips about this interview?
I'm afraid not.
Well, if I were given the job, would I work at headquarters?
Why? Do you particularly want to?
Well, no, but the place has certain attractions. I think I'd get on with the staff.
I hope you still feel that way after meeting Captain Rawson.
Come in.
Lieutenant Rain, sir.
Good afternoon, Rain. This is Major Spence.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, Lucy, I filled in this test paper.
Major McCooch.
Yes, Major McCooch. Let Taylor have it, will you, and then we'll see how good they are.
Yes, sir.
So you're Rain?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about the dirty outfit, sir.
It's a dirty war, Rain. Sit down. I've just been reading your file. Like to know what it says about you.
I'm not sure, sir.
You're rated as keen. Any quarrel with that?
I suppose not, sir.
What's the toughest situation you've ever been in?
Having to give you the right answers now.
No combat experience.
No, sir.
Ever been in a car smash, one that you saw coming? Most people are frightened of something. Most people are afraid of being afraid. How about you?
I suppose that applies to me, sir.
You usually tell the truth, Rain.
I think so, sir.
You think? Your instructor should have told you. You say yes or no. If you stop to think, you're lying.
That has been pointed out, sir.
Very nice to be able to tell the truth, of course. Then you don't have to remember what you said last. But I'm afraid it's no use in this game. We have to be cheats and liars, and you've got to lie and cheat if you're going to get through.
Yes, sir.
You've got a complicated background, Rain. Born in Montreal.
That's right, sir.
And why don't you speak French with a Canadian accent?
My mother took me back to France when I was 4.
Why?
She and my father separated.
So you were brought up by your mother?
Yes, sir.
In France?
Yes, sir.
Then why don't you speak English with a French accent?
I went back to Canada when I was 12.
Why?
My mother died.
I see. Any doubts about this job, Rain?
I don't know what the job is, sir.
And why do you want to do it? All right, that's a complicated question to which you can't answer yes or no. I'll put it another way. This is a very difficult and dangerous operation. Do you want to be considered for it?
Yes, sir.
You were a long time.
Well, he certainly likes his answers short. Yes or no.
If you kept it short, then you're okay.
Do you have any idea how long it'll be before we get the verdict?
Can't say.
Well, look, if you're free tonight, how about having dinner?
That's very nice of you. But I'm afraid I never know what time I finish. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on. They can't keep you all night.
Miss Boylan,
I'm afraid they can.
I've got the papers on Captain Rawson's 5th candidate.
Who?
Major McCooch.
Oh, yes. I'll take you in.
You never can tell till you've tried them, and then you're apt to be wrong.
Beg your pardon?
Kipling, sir.
Ah.
Major Taylor has brought Major McCooch's test papers, sir.
Well, Taylor, what do you make of him?
Well, I take it he's a person you know well.
Yes?
My psychiatrist has no knowledge of him except for the test paper.
Major J.J. McCooch. A courageous and forceful character, but cold, calculating, and with a marked and dangerous absence of scruple. Highly intelligent, but with an underlying rather childish vanity. More a driver than a leader. Could be a valuable person in some positions, but unlikely to inspire deep affection or trust. Well...
Well, sir, does the analysis strike you as accurate?
William?
Well, I should say there's a certain amount of truth in it, but...
Lucy?
Well, I think it's first rate, sir.
So do I. I think you made your point with these tests, Taylor.
Well, let me know if there's anything else we can do for you.
Thank you. Well, William, do you think it's still all bunkum? Listen to this one. Keen, intelligent, highly sensitive, rather shy, imaginative rather than practical, a somewhat romantic approach to life, and might have difficulty in dealing with hard realities. Some traces of emotional instability. Might almost be a definition of what we want. Almost spells liable to crack, doesn't it, Lucy?
Who is it?
Lieutenant Rain.
But he's an athlete with a first-class record and plenty of confidence.
These athletic types can be deceptive.
But, sir, it's ridiculous to say he's shy. I've only just met him and he's already asked me out to dinner. Nothing very shy about that.
He's asked you to go out with him?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, why don't you?
How long do you think it'll be before I'm told whether I've got the job?
Tomorrow, I should think.
Well, what are the chances? Do you think Rawson thought I might do?
I think so. You do know that if you got this job, it could be a very tough trip.
Oh, yes, but that's half the fun. I like tough trips.
The tougher, the better.
Sure. Well, you see, my parents are dead. I have no family. And anyway, somebody's got to do these things. I've never even been in action.
Of course, our sort of work isn't like being in action. Because you're working alone.
Alone?
Yes, very much so. Because if anything goes wrong, there's nobody who can help you, or will even try.
Yes. Yes, I could see that could be tough. But there's nothing new about that. I've been on my own all my life. Well, what about it? Shall we have some dinner?
All right.
You know, there'd be one consolation if I didn't get this job. Perhaps we could have more evenings like this.
Well, here we are. Thank you for this evening.
Thank you. May I come in for a moment?
All right, but you must be out by 12.
What I'm afraid of is that they'll pick Jim Abelson.
Why?
Well, look at his record. There's a man with guts.
Well, your own aren't too bad.
Mine? I never know whether I've got any guts until I try something.
I thought your motto was the tougher, the better.
Of course it is. And I'm talking with a pretty girl whom I've only just met.
But you box and ski and...
No, listen. I'll tell you something, but you promise not to tell Rawson or anybody, okay? These things I've done, these top things, have been because I had to. See?
Why?
Well, to show myself that I could. Now, take skiing, for example. Sometimes, at the top of a run, I've been so scared I could hardly stand up. So the only thing was to point straight downhill and go. It's the same thing with the war.
Surely there are a lot of people like that.
That's what I always hope. You really think there are?
Of course.
Dear Lucy.
Now look, Paul. It's 20 to 2. On your feet.
No, well, it's still pretty early, isn't it? I don't know. I wanted to...
I'm not interested, Paul. Good night.
Oh, listen, will I see you tomorrow?
I don't know. Call me in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
If the right man is a keen young fellow like Rain, don't you see how much more convincing it'll be to the Germans when he does crack?
Aren't you taking an awful risk over this whole thing, sir? I'm pinning so much faith to a lot of psychological tripe.
What he said about me wasn't tripe, was it? In the meantime, I want him sent along to outfit, set up for a trip, clothes, identity papers, ration card, cover story, the whole lot.
Even though you're not sure you're going to use them, sir?
Yes, there'll be no harm done.
Captain Rawson.
Yes, Lucy.
I don't think what you're proposing is a thing that you have the right to do to anybody.
No?
No, sir. A man comes here and volunteers to work for us. He knows the work may be dangerous, and yet he has the guts to volunteer all the same. And you're proposing to take a man like that and deliberately let him be captured and tortured and broken?
All for my own amusement, eh?
No, I know it isn't that.
Tell me another way of getting false information to the Germans in a way they'll believe it, and I'll be happy to consider it. Because if we don't, a lot of men's lives are at stake.
It just isn't fair to do this to anybody.
Fair? Fair? What do you think war is? A game of tennis? Is it fair to plan an attack knowing a lot of your men are going to be killed? That if you're going to win a war, attacks have to be made, and somebody has to take the responsibility for planning them.
I'm sorry, sir, but war or no war, I think it's dirty.
When you joined this organization, you swore an oath, didn't you? Remember what it was?
Yes, sir.
Whatever I may be ordered to do to encompass the defeat of the enemies of our sovereign lord, the king.
I know.
Very well, then. This is what you'll do. You say that Rain has invited you out again. You will ring him and accept.
And then?
Let him take you out, have a meal, get him drunk or amorous, do anything you like to show you what sort of a man he is. Then tell me if you think he's the right man.
And if I did, sir, do you think I should be likely to say so after what I've just told you?
Of course you would, Lucy, because you've got oath.
No, sir.
Then because you want to help win this war?
No. If I do go out with him, and then I say I'm sure he won't do, will you take my word for it, in spite of the report?
I'll consider it.
Not too nice a job for her, you know, Tom.
Did I say it was? Why do women have to be so personal about everything? It makes them singularly unsuitable for war.
Shirts? Table right? Bateau frère. C'est bateau frère in Sector 3. All right. I don't like these shoes. They look too much like the Edgware Road. They're French, all right. They may be. But get some that look like French. And get him a proper tie, a French tie. Hair? All right. Do you have false teeth?
Not yet.
What do you mean, not yet?
The dentist is making me one.
Ah. You have spectacles?
No.
Good, saves a lot of trouble. A watch?
Yes, as a matter of fact, this was bought in France.
Yes, but the strap wasn't, was it?
No, the strap is English.
Men have been hung for less than a watch strap. One watch strap, part worn. Signet ring? Sorry, that'll have to be left behind. But we'll give you a final checkup before you go. And you better take your shirt off now. I want to see that you're not tattooed with I love Mabel.
I had a clothes fitting this afternoon.
What are they like?
Very French. And after that, they took me to the dentist. They're giving me a false tooth. Well, they wouldn't be doing that if they weren't going to use me, would they?
Well, they still might not. If someone put in an adverse report.
Lucy, come sit here and talk indiscreetly, will you?
I never talk indiscreetly.
I believe you know a lot more about what's going to happen to me than you let on.
Nothing's settled yet, really.
When will it be?
Tomorrow?
You know, I want to go. But the only thing about it that I won't like is leaving you.
Even after last night?
Have you ever been in love?
Is it being in love just to want a man to be happy? And to be happy yourself because he is?
That's only part of it.
I want you to be happy, Paul. Here they come.
Oh, yes. The evening's entertainment will now begin. Mind raids?
Well, I don't actually like them. There isn't much about them to like. And I'm pretty well used to them by now.
Yes.
They're coming up the river.
I suppose so. Do you ever go down to the shelter when it gets really rough?
Well, no. There isn't really anywhere on this place as much shelter. Most of it won't keep out the rain, much less a bomb.
Must be pretty well overhead.
Well, that's just our local enthusiast. He takes a crack at anything this side of Tilbury.
That was this side of Tilbury, all right.
Have another drink, Paul.
No. No, thank you.
Morning, sir.
Come on in. I want to hear if you had a pleasant evening. Well?
Before we talk about that, sir, I've got an idea I'd like to put to you.
Yes?
Are you sure it wouldn't be better to use a woman for this job rather than a man?
A woman?
Yes. The Germans would be less likely to suspect that you'd plant a fake woman agent on them, and they wouldn't be suspicious if she were easy to crack.
Lucy, you do your sex an injustice. An uncrackable woman is about the most uncrackable thing there is. Anyway, there isn't a suitable woman available.
How about me?
My dear Lucy, you know the plan. You're too valuable here. Anyway, your French isn't nearly good enough. Now, please stop being romantic and tell me about Rain. Have you any reason now to disagree with the report? Well?
No, I have no reason.
Well said.
I was with him in the raid last night. You'd have been delighted.
You couldn't take it, eh?
Not exactly, but... Look, you made me do this, and I've played fair with you. But I want to warn you of one thing. You've got a sensitive man there, all right. A man who takes things hard. But I doubt you've got a coward. You might have the other thing, a VC winner.
I'll take a chance on that.
All right. But in my opinion, when it comes to the push, he'll take his pill and die rather than talk. And in that case, you'll have murdered a brave man.
Just one thing more. Yesterday, I told you to go out with Rain. Now I'm ordering you not to see him again outside this room. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, will you please send for Lieutenant Rain and tell him I want to see him? I don't like sending a man on an operation of this sort without more preparation. So if you don't feel up to the job, say so.
Of course, I'm anxious to go, sir, if you think I'm suitable.
I think you're particularly suitable. Otherwise, I wouldn't risk it.
Yes, sir.
After this particular operation, you will stay with the Maquis and help to organize them into military formations as far as guerrilla activities permit. All right?
Yes, sir.
One thing I must make quite clear to you. Once you are ashore in France, you are on your own. Not only your own life, but the lives of other people and the success of a vital operation are in your hands.
Yes.
From our point of view, an agent in trouble is merely a nuisance and a danger to other people. So if you get into a mess, you must either get out of it by yourself or stay in it.
I quite understand, sir.
Very well, then. Be in the briefing room at 3:30, and you will be given all the dope.
Thank you, sir.
Well, William?
Well, what?
Think we've got the right man?
No idea, sir. Here's Marignan in the Pas-de-Calais, northern France. Now, here on this larger scale, the same sector, you can see important roads and rail junctions between Marignan and the coast. These must be cut. The Marignan Maquis have the best chance of doing it. You see, Rain, this coastal area served by these roads could be the invasion bridgeheads, and we must prevent German reinforcements from getting there.
I understand, sir.
Now, you'll be dropped down here. Reception committee will meet you. Their password is Charlemagne. Now, they'll put you on a train which will arrive at Marignan at 12 noon. The station master there is Ballard, a leader of the local Maquis. He'll be expecting you, and here are your instructions for him.
Signal from Marignan sector in Ballard's code, sir. Just been decoded.
Awaiting instructions. Well, let's not keep them waiting. Take this down. Agent arriving Marignan, noon train day after tomorrow, carrying full instructions, important operation. Get that coded and sent off right away, please.
Yes, sir.
Is that quite clear?
Perfectly, sir.
Good. But you haven't got the password for Ballard?
No, sir. I was waiting for that.
Our password is a ticket to the parcels office at Marignan. The reception committee will give you that when you land. When you present it at the station, it will establish your identity. You'll be taken to Ballard.
Hello, William. Hello, Rain. Just looked in to say goodbye. Good luck. I know you'll do your best.
Thank you, sir.
Who is it?
It's Paul.
Wait, I'll throw down the key.
told me you'd left London.
I've been in all evening.
I had to see you. They're sending me over tomorrow night.
Yes, I know.
Of course. I always forget you know about these things.
Been briefed?
Yes, and they gave me rather a nice cover story. My name is Paul Lan, which was my mother's maiden name.
Outfit and papers all fixed.
Yes, the whole thing. Look, Lucy, I know you've been watching me the last couple of days, trying to see if I was any good. I know what you meant about someone turning in an adverse report, and I want to thank you for not turning in one.
Thank me.
Yes, if you told Rawson what happened in the raid last night, he'd never have given me the job.
I assure you, you're quite wrong.
But I want you to know, too, that I'm going to do all right. I won't let anybody down.
Paul, don't be too brave.
Too brave?
Remember, there aren't many things worth dying for. Look, Paul, it's late and you'd better go.
Lucy.
To go, darling. I have to report at 6.
You can't possibly go on this job.
Lucy, darling.
You just can't. Tell you what you must do. You're going to ring Rawson. I've got his home number. And you're going to tell him that you can't go. After all, it's a job for a volunteer. They can't send you if you say no.
I'll be all right, Lucy.
You won't. You don't know.
Don't know what? You mean it's going to be more dangerous than I think?
Yes.
I doubt it. I have no illusions about it.
No illusions.
Lucy, I've got to go.
Oh, Paul. Promise me one thing.
What?
If anything goes wrong and you're captured, talk.
What do you mean?
Talk. Answer questions. Tell them anything they want to know. There are no heroics in this job. It's an understood thing. You've got to answer in the end, so why not just tell them and be done with it?
I have a job to do, Lucy.
We'll be over the dropping zone any moment. If you've got a flask in your pocket, sir, now's the time. No, thanks. I'm okay. Red on. Green on. Go!
Morning, Spence.
Morning, sir.
Well, we got him on the plane. He should be on his way by now. Well, the whole operation's gone very well so far. Now all we've got to do is wait.
Suppose he doesn't break.
I think he will.
You know what you're doing to this man, don't you, sir? Destroying him.
I'm dealing in war, Spence, not men. Now it's only one man's life I'm risking.
Here are your tickets. Don't forget, it's the second Marion train you catch. This one will get you there too early. Plainclothes Gestapo. Watch out for them. Good luck.
Marion train. Marion train.
Marion, monsieur?
No, not yet.
Marion train. Marion train.
So you changed your mind, monsieur?
Yes.
You'd better hurry. The train is just leaving. Nine.
Marignon.
Good morning, Monsieur Bernard.
Good morning, Captain Stein.
Is everything ready?
Yes.
Well, we've got plenty of time. Will the noon train be punctual?
We should have word from Lucinius Station within a few minutes.
Nothing must be left to chance. General von Richter is personally interested. Get your men posted and keep them hidden. Suzy, our man's not on the noon train. What's gone wrong? Let me get started at headquarters. Hello, this is Captain Stein. The British agent reported to be on his way here from the south, arriving on the noon train. The senior reports he's not on it. Do you have any information? Signal station, quick. Stop the northbound train. What do you mean it's too late? Where's the next crossing?
La Forge, 10 kilometers from here.
Get me divisional headquarters. Sector. British agent, wearing brown leather jacket and carrying small suitcase, escaped from train 10 kilometers north Marignan. This agent must be captured alive.
Suzy, get in!
Hey, ist das Sie? Was ist das? Ein Mann?
Thank you, my friend.
It's a pleasure. Can I help you with the rest?
I should be delighted. Take your jacket off. This is warm work, you know.
Halt! Hey, Cheval. Warm work, eh?
Warm? It's heavy work. Kommen Sie rein, schnell.
How did that suit you, Cheval?
It is magnificent, Sergeant. I am getting too old for this work, and my friend here is too skinny.
You should volunteer to work for us. We will build you up. Auf Wiedersehen.
They are not all bad, you know. Besides, they know me. I give them a little extra firewood for their billets. How would you like to help me unload this lot when I deliver it, huh?
I might. Where?
You are sure this is where you want to be dropped?
It'll do fine.
Well, whoever you are, whatever you are doing, good luck.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Paul Lamb. I am Captain Stein. This is Captain von Horst of the SS. You may sit down. And how is Captain Rawson? Oh, come now, surely you can't have forgotten him already.
I know no one by that name.
Ain't you not know one named Ballard?
Ballard?
The station master you came to meet.
I didn't come to meet anyone.
Then why did you come here?
On business.
What business?
I buy spare bicycle parts.
For whom?
Myself. I sell them in Paris.
A black marketeer.
Only in a small way.
This was found on you. A ticket for the parcels office.
I was going to pick up a parcel.
Then why didn't you?
The office was closed.
Why didn't you wait for it to open?
Well, I was frightened. There were soldiers all around the station.
Is that why you got back on the train?
Well, yes, I didn't want to be arrested for black marketing.
And so you jumped off at the level crossing?
Yes.
A very risky thing to do for so small a crime. You might have been shot.
I panicked.
You panicked? Then why did you come back to Marignan?
I still wanted my parcel.
You're lying. There was no parcel.
Well, then somebody must have cheated me. I bought the ticket from a man in Paris.
Yes, that's the trouble with black marketing. You can never trust your friends.
You are not a black marketeer. You did not come from Paris. You are a British agent.
Captain von Horst is right. Your ticket was a means of identification to Ballard. Unfortunately, he wasn't there because we already have him here. We have his radio, his code, and we know all about your operation. You don't believe me? What is your name?
Jules.
Profession?
Station master at Marignan.
You say?
Raus!
If you don't tell me the truth, I shall have to hand you over to Captain von Horst. I've already lost Ballard, Tim, and I'd hate to lose you, an officer and a gentleman. Very well.
We'll see what you feel like tomorrow.
You may go now.
Schuhe! Schnell, schnell.
Sag uns, wenn wir Freunde sind.
Good morning, Lan. I hope you slept well.
I think you probably know how well I slept.
I don't follow you.
You mean you don't know that some of your interrogation was going on last night in the next cell?
Interrogation?
All right, torture then.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not know of this. There are some things here with which I am not concerned and don't wish to be.
Congratulations.
That would have been Captain von Horst and his men. I will reprimand them at once. Schicken Sie Bonne and Libertine. You see, the fact is that you have rather a stubborn neighbor. He was being a great nuisance, and finally he was turned over to Captain von Horst. I don't like it, and I don't think it's a good way to get information, but, what can you do? Je hebt de man in de straf gebracht. Was ist das für ein Benehmen? I don't know if you understand, German, but I'm telling them they disturbed you last night, and that was disgraceful. Bruno is almost blind, has to operate wholly by touch. I'm told their speciality is that they never kill anybody, or even let him lose consciousness, however long they may work on him, which may sometimes be for weeks. You can say anything you like to them. They don't understand English.
I have nothing to say.
Rouse. Well, I sincerely hope we don't meet them again. I always feel that quite apart from the pain of some of the things they do to people, the ghastly thing must be the humiliation of being handed over to a blind man and a moron.
Meaning that if I don't talk, you hand me over to them.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. If you're sensible. Now, this is yours, I believe.
No?
Are you sure?
I never saw it before.
But you were seen with it at the station.
One suitcase looks just like another.
Do you deny that it's yours?
You seem determined it is.
I'm certain that it is. But it's not the suitcase that matters, it's the contents. These are time fuses, and you know the penalty for carrying explosive devices. Well, Paul Lamb, whether you're French or English, this is enough to have you shot. Now, which do you prefer to be?
It doesn't seem to make much difference.
Well, it could do. If you're a French civilian, I'll have you shot immediately. If you're a British agent, I might give you a chance. If you'll tell me what I want to know. Now, which are you?
All right, then, British. Paul Rain, Lieutenant, number 046354235. As a prisoner of war, that's all I'm required to tell you.
You're not a prisoner of war, you're a spy, and your life is in our hands. Now, whether we take it or not depends on you. Why were you sent here?
I thought you knew.
I know you were sent to Ballard for an important operation. I want to know your instructions.
You'll never find out from me.
Is that your final word?
Yes.
Very well, then. I'm afraid the matter is now out of my hands. Good shot.
Captain Rawson, sir.
Yes, Fred?
There's a lady outside with a message for you.
Oh. Excuse me 1 minute, will you, Hal?
Yes.
Hello, Lucille. What is it?
This came in just after you left from Major Spence.
You know about this?
Yes, sir.
I see. Well, we must just keep our fingers crossed and hope we were right. Well, thank you very much, Lucy. Bye.
Good night, sir.
Aufstellen!
He's all right.
Why were you sent here? You'll see whether or not you have lost your voice. Yeah? That was only a taste.
I'm sorry for this, Lieutenant, but I did warn you. Have you changed your mind? I beg you not to maintain this attitude, otherwise there's nothing I can do to save you from further discomfort.
I've told you everything.
Oh, this is so unnecessary. You're bound to break in the engine room. Everybody does.
No.
Lieutenant Rain, it's not me, nor Captain Von Horst you have to deal with, but the full force of a great nation. Now, sooner or later, in one way or another, we shall get from you the information we need.
I promise you he will break. Lieutenant Rain, I have instructions to take a statement at once. Now, what were your orders? What were your orders?
Go to hell.
I hope you can swim. Are you ready to speak now? Why were you sent here? Answer me. Why
Why were you sent here? Why were you sent here?
Raus mit ihnen!
He's in his cell. You haven't killed him?
Not quite.
Laissez-le en paix. Well, Lieutenant Rain, have you anything to say to me? You're a brave man. You've resisted long enough. Why don't you give in now?
Why? Don't you kill me.
But I don't want to kill you. I'm offering you your life.
I'd rather be dead.
It's only a matter of time. Time and pressure. Suppose he takes the pill. Doesn't matter if he does. He'll still break. Be dead in 20 seconds. There's no poison in that pill, William.
I assure you, all we want is information, then you're free to live. But we won't let you die.
Die. No good. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Seconds. I said 20 seconds.
Well, that was quite a performance, Lieutenant Rain. You had me worried for a moment. Never mind, it doesn't matter. We're back where we started. Now I must leave you alone with these gentlemen. I promise you, they never kill anybody.
Send the signal. The urgent attention of General von Richter.
Vite, allons! Allons, maintenant! Maintenant, pas perdre de temps, vous savez!
Leave me. But we're friends. Leave me. I don't want to go. Jules! Jules! Don't be my friend. Come with us. Come.
Who are you?
My name is Rain. Paul Rain.
Well, you must be the Englishman. Hey, Francois, this is the English agent. We are very proud to be able to save you, my friend.
I left you once because I was not sure who you were. I would not leave you again.
Well, thank you very much, William. That all seems extremely satisfactory. Oh, just one other thing. Will you see if by using what small influence we have, we can get Taylor's psychiatrist fellow promoted sergeant major or something? Seems the least we can do. All right, then. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, Lucy, we've been getting messages again from our friends in Marignan. It appears that last night, while the Germans were occupied elsewhere, the Maquis pulled off a highly successful raid on the prison and released Ballard and the surviving members of his group. They also released Lieutenant Rain, who is being held for interrogation. Apart from being a bit knocked about, he appears to have been otherwise unharmed and has told everybody that naturally he gave the Germans no information whatsoever. I just thought you'd like to know.
Unharmed?
Yes. So you see that, fortunately for everybody, he wasn't a VC winner after all. Just a man who broke under extreme pressure and naturally will always deny it. A very human performance.
I have to tell you, sir, that I've applied for a transfer to another department.
Very well, if you must.
I'll never be able to escape this feeling of guilt.
We're all prisoners of a kind, Lucy. Just a matter of time. The years go by, different things happen to us. One set of four walls gives way to another, and then another, and so on, until the final escape.
You're probably right, but I don't think so.
We have to tell ourselves all this has been worthwhile. The Maquis leaders are free and in action again. The Germans are holding troops in a useless area. As for Rain, we should simply accept his statement that he didn't talk without question. I dare say we can even get him a medal or something. Nobody but ourselves need ever know that he cracked.
Paul Rain will know.
He never went out after you left. He's upstairs in his room. First door on the left.
Paul? Paul, please, I've got to tell you something.
What do you want?
I've come back because I can't leave you like this. Even if I never see you again, we have to part on the truth.
The truth? You would have had the truth soon enough. But you had to come here yourself to have it personally delivered. So that you could look at me when you knew it.
Paul.
Well, all right then, here it is. The true account of what happened in that cell in Marignan. Go on, read it.
I don't need to read it. I know what's in it already.
You don't. I assure you, you don't.
I knew that you'd be captured, perhaps tortured, and that in the end you'd break.
If you knew I was no good, then why did you let them send me?
Because you were always intended to break.
What are you talking about?
Rawson wanted you to give the Germans false information.
Then why didn't he say so?
He said that if you believed it, the Germans would believe you.
You're lying. Nobody would do that to his own man.
He arranged the whole thing with my able assistance.
Yours?
Yes. He said it was my job and I did it.
Your job? You're a woman, aren't you? That's your job.
It was the war, Paul. It was you or the lives of thousands of others.
Was it your job to say that you loved me? To let me make love to you? And after that, not even to let me be any good, not even to give me a chance? Not even to let me die? You dirty cheats. If it hadn't been for that, I would have beaten you all. But to think you're going to be dead in 20 seconds and then to find yourself still alive and alone and... You did your job well.
What do you mean, 20 seconds? Do you mean you tried to kill yourself?
You know damn well there was no poison in that pellet.
I didn't know. I swear I didn't.
You didn't know. You've just been saying you knew it all.
They must have done that because I told them you'd die rather than break. They didn't dare risk it. And then when it was all over, they told me you were alive and unhurt. Oh, Paul, isn't there anything I can do?
Yes. The medal. You can take it and get out. It's yours. You deserve it. Now take it and get out.
All right, I'll go. And I'll take the medal because I was right about you. I'm proud of my lover who tried to die rather than break. The only man in the whole war who had to fight both sides alone. Goodbye, Paul.